Newlyweds is a very simple concept. The more shidduchim that are read, the more shidduchim have a chance to happen. The problem is young couples who are a very good source of ideas because the chasanim and couples have friends, and even older couples never tried reading a shidduch, or if they did try reading a shidduch, they got shot out of the sky. How do you know my child? Why do you think it's a good idea? They get flustered, and they just don't want to try it again because the experience was not too nice. This idea was that if you don't have the feeling, you have it inside of you to be able to read that shidduch, you could hand it off to newlyweds, where we have now Shadchonim pretty much all across the United States.
Yeah, so, when Mayor Levy told me about the idea of newlyweds, I was very, very excited. It's obviously a tremendous mitzvah for people to think of shidduchim for people. It's the Mashal says that when a person comes up after 120, it's one of the first questions that he's asked. If you're Isaac in Perivivia, and the Mashal explains that it means that you are Isaac in shidduchim. So obviously it's tremendous mitzvah. And for young couples who each of them have friends, that's I think how I got involved. I got married young, and that's a little bit how I got involved. So it's a beautiful idea, and the problem is that young kids feel that no one's going to take them seriously. So it's a beautiful thing. Send in your ideas to newlyweds and have Shadchonim look them over. Sometimes a couple could think it's a great idea, and there might be a reason why they thought like that, but it's not going to work for whatever reason. So it's good that an experienced Shadchan looks it over and decides if it's a good idea or not. And if it's a good idea, then hopefully a Shadchan can pull it through. So I think it's a beautiful, beautiful idea, and hopefully we'll have a lot of atzlachah. As soon as the boy says a yes, that's when the ball starts rolling. That's when the time clock. Okay. So the way the system is set up, that most of the times the boy gets the name first, and as soon as the boy says a yes, that's when the ball starts rolling. That's when the time clock starts, because the first part of the process is the boy has to say yes in most cases. Once the boy says yes, the best thing is to try as best as he can to put in all the effort you could to try to make the calls, try to put aside time. Sometimes I hear from people, I can't reach anyone. Try again, leave a message. If you can't reach the references, call out, ask for more people. But I would say that in most uncomplicated situations where the boy lives in the United States, the boy or the girl, but here we're talking about the girl, so I would say, try to do it within 3-4 days, but if someone needs more time than that, that's fine, but they should be in touch with the Shadchan and let them know what's going on and say, I'm really trying, I need more time. But the bottom line is, once the boy says, try your best to give an answer as soon as you could. Try to put in the time and the effort to give an answer as soon as possible, just for the tayelas of the shidduch, that the other side should feel good. If someone takes 7-8 days, the other side starts feeling like losing the geschmack in the shidduch. The boy's side is going to start feeling not good about it.
The reason why we go to the boy first is because whatever the reason is that there's a disproportionate amount of dates and the girls get less yeses than the boys. So if we keep on going to the girls and the girls give yeses, and the boys give no's, they get burnt out. So therefore the safest way is, we're doing it sort of to protect you from getting hurt, we go to the boy first. So it is a little not fair, but that is the way it is. So I would say 3, 4, 5 days, sometimes it's a little more if it's a little tricky, but if you need a little more time, just call the Shadchan and just, be smart, tell the Shadchan you need a little extra time, and most people will understand it. A very hard question is balancing the idea of Bashert, which means that it's totally Hashem decides before who you're marrying, and that's who you're marrying. And then there's something called Tershtados. You have to do your effort. Now, it happens to be, it's a very big contradiction in the Gemara, it talks about it, and there's a lot of contradictions between if it's pure Bashert and has nothing to do with you, or you're supposed to do Tershtados. I think to make a balance, so the Shadchan says that everyone has their level of B'tachin, and that's the amount of Tershtados they should do. If it's regarding health or it's regarding making money, there's a lot of people that work a whole day. They go 7 o'clock to work and they work for 12 hours, so they have a lower level of B'tachin and they rely more on Tershtados. So obviously such a person will do more Tershtados, even though in the big picture, Shidduchim, which everyone knows comes from Hashem, you see the Yad Hashem, it's Basher, so it's definitely a level lower than all other Tershtados. But because we are not like unbelievable well so I think everyone has to do some level of ishtadlus. Again, I don't believe in making yourself crazy and making the whole world crazy and doing things that are extreme because you're nervous or that comes from a lack of tachin. So I think everyone knows their level of tachin, or you can speak to your rebbe or your mentor or your parents on what level of ishtadlus you are on. But you should know that the end result has nothing to do with your ishtadlus. The end result is Hashem, and even though everything else in life is also like that, but you see it more when it comes to Shadchonim. So the final answer is there's no specific rule, but it is a lower level of ishtadlus than all other things.